bonjour. Faut que j'augmente le son du jeu. Genre comme ça. Je sais même pas si je suis au maximum. Ouais, c'est. Je vais aller dans le mélangeur parce que ça se trouve. Je l'ai réduit dans le mélangeur quand j'ai fait mes tests. Non, même pas. Bon, je vais juste augmenter le son du jeu dans les réglages en espérant que ce soit pas trop fort. J'ai peut-être trop augmenté là. Le problème c'est que... Alors, je vais déplacer ça. Au moins pour le début, après comme ça je check le son. Après je redéplacerai s'il faut. Ça fait un petit moment que j'ai pas rejoué, j'en étais où? J'en étais là. Je sais pas combien il y a d'épisodes en tout. On s'était fait arrêter je crois, non? Je me souviens plus. Bon, de toute façon il y aura un truc précédemment machin.
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Ah oui, c'est vrai, il y avait quelqu'un au milieu du lac qui nous a sauvés.
Baby, it was just a nightmare.
Alice. There you go, Alan. Hartman, I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Ok. Bon, jamais très à l'aise avec les histoires de médecins qui...
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the
qui
message.
nous hospitalise
I'm
de
clear.
force.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Bon, du coup, d'après lui, on est censé être patient depuis un petit
This
moment.
corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course.
On peut fouiller chez les gens. Trop bien. Du coup, il y a eu un jeu sur la série télé qui est dans les télés dans le jeu. Et ce jeu est fait par Remedy évidemment. Et il est sur Xbox 360. Un peu trop méta. Alors ça, je suis à peu près sûr que c'est une... C'est un croquis de développement, non? Parce que là, on voit une zone avec marqué Dark. C'est les zones où il y a le brouillard et où on peut se faire attaquer. Genre les points rouges, c'est peut-être les ennemis. Il y en a qui nous attendent à la sortie si on s'échappe. Là, ça veut dire genre il y a des ennemis qui se cachent derrière les troncs, peut-être. Je sais pas. Bref.
I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Désolé. Ah, bah désolé, c'est fermé. Ah non, on peut pas voir l'étoile. Dommage. Oh, c'est très bizarre, tout est en bois et il y a un ascenseur. Genre un ascenseur dans un chalet en bois. Ok.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Non mais si vraiment elle est morte où? C'est ça qu'il faut demander. Parce que nous, la dernière fois qu'on l'a vue, c'était dans le chalet qui était sur le lac et le chalet a disparu. Si elle est morte avant ça, on était avec elle, genre quand on a récupéré les clés, donc il y a des témoins. Donc ça voudrait dire que c'est faux. Bon après, il a pas l'esprit... Ouais, il y a des gens là-bas. Il a pas l'esprit très clair, donc c'est pas évident. Oh, un cadran solaire. Attends, quoi, il est 11h? Ah oui, d'accord. Ah oui, en fait, le cadran... Bah oui, non, mais c'est logique. Le cadran solaire, ça mesure que pendant les heures ensoleillées, en fait. Très bien. Et il veut montrer le lac.
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the one
obviously
trying
loved
to
his
bring
own
you
voice.
out of the world
His words
you've
echoed
constructed for
madly
yourself.
inside my head.
But I can't
I dug
do
my
it
nails
by
into the
myself.
palms of my hands to stay
You
focused.
need to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Bon, on va arriver au passage relou là.
Scary, scary.
Toujours très compliqué les représentations de maladies mentales dans les jeux. C'est vraiment à chaque fois complètement éclaté au sol.
Mister, you should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Bon, c'est pas forcément mieux dans les films ou les séries, mais dans les jeux vidéo, c'est vraiment poussé à l'extrême.
You'd like me to go away so you won't be scared, but you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson,
Okay, sorry. Boo.
that's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video
Elbow
games.
strike.
It's trash, of course, but it does involve
Get
some
him to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Come, Alan, this way.
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better. Well, I guess I'd better start wrapping this up. The storm is almost here. Look at that. I'd hate to be out there tonight.
Alors, je suis pas météorologiste, mais ils m'ont l'air un peu bizarres les nuages d'orage là. Ça ressemble pas à ça normalement. pas grand chose. Après, j'ai pas fermé les volets donc ça aide pas. Ah. Non. Encore un QR code. Je crois que j'avais essayé de scanner le premier dans le jeu là, mais je sais plus où ça a mené. Il me semble que c'était pas intéressant.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Ouais bon, je pense qu'il va y avoir une embrouille et il va falloir s'échapper du chalet.
Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Ouais, chelou. Ça sent le gars qui drogue ses patients et genre qui récupère leur travail derrière.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor.
Ouais, on les avait vus au café au début.
A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Ah mais du coup ça explique ouais. Ça renforce un peu son explication à lui.
Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
My head was clearing up, or Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words. According to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, you got any booze on you?
Yeah, no. Sorry,
we have a
guys.
stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula, local ingredients, medicine. Clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain.
Ah, I just noticed! Leather patches on the elbows? That's not very rock and roll.
Tom just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
She used us all. Taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
And my ravens, what were they? Memory and thought, the hag.
She took something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power. If you're a creator, an artist, haga.
Nightmares shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake.
Yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it comes out twisted and wrong. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that other rider.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is
Je
that?
comprends rien à ce qu'il
Morally
raconte.
corrupt, disease-ridden, old and stupid.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit.
Très bien. Bon, il m'a dit de retourner écrire.
Bad dream, and you can't wake up. You can't hurt a nightmare because all dreams are only imagination. They're only in your head, and they're not there when you wake up. So you can't wake up because I'm in charge now, and I don't want to disappear. My nightmare is the publisher people who want to make a contribution so they can say they made a contribution. And then we end up with mullets in there because they think mullets are funny, but it wasn't supposed to be about mullets, and now it's about mullets. And when it's in slow motion, they call it mullet time because the numbers came back from marketing that mullet time is the hook we needed to go big in the target demographic. And they're not even kidding. They say it all like serial killers with straight faces and smiles. My nightmare is the writers who want to make everything from the characters to the toasters talk all the time and express their feelings so they won't shut up. And the writers won't shut up either because they have feelings too. And I have to listen to them because they're not scared of me. And everyone should just shut up. Shut up. Shut up. But I don't see nightmares anymore because I'm too scary for them. I take 2 pills every morning and 1 with every meal and 4 when I go to bed. And that makes me the scariest nightmare of all.
Ok. Il a toujours pas emballé sa peinture, lui.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Mais ils ont quoi là? Pourquoi ils veulent tout ce que j'ai écrire?
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Ça aurait été trop cool que pendant la vidéo, il y ait des trucs qui se passent derrière nous. Et donc ça c'est le développeur. Ça c'est toujours fermé. Et ça on peut toujours pas voir.
Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
Watching me like a hawk? What?
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody, calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Where the hell did he get a damn hammer?
I don't know.
Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, wench.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we? Well...
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Things are unraveling fast, aren't they? Ha ha! Nah! Ah! Ha ha!
It's my storm. I'm taking it.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office wing from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd be keeping them.
Maybe you could come out and beat our wrinkled adult diapered ass.
Attends, est-ce que je peux ouvrir les chambres qui étaient fermées? Non.
Yeah, you better hide, Birch. My wrath will break you.
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Attends, mais elle est immonde cette photo, pourquoi ils en a fait un tirage en grand comme ça? C'est pas le genre de photo que t'affiches. Ah, c'est Barry. Attends. Et donc ça c'est les peintures de l'autre.
Said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
You want to play it? Really? Okay, that's how we'll play it. It'll be hardball.
Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
Ah oui, Mott c'était le ravisseur, ok. Ouais, donc c'est pour ça que Hartman nous veut qu'on écrive. En fait, lui, c'est lui depuis le début qui cherche à obtenir le scénario. Et du coup, le premier plan avec le ravisseur a pas fonctionné. Donc il a réussi à nous récupérer, nous foutre dans la clinique, nous faire croire que qu'on a tout imaginé. Et essayer de nous faire écrire... Ah mais alors pourquoi les deux vieux nous ont reconnus? On les a vus au café au début, mais... Genre ils nous ont nommés et tout.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
Ah oui, c'est vrai qu'elle l'avait contacté.
The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes, and I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him, and we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Barry?
Ow! About time!
Barry! Man, am I glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that vet gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman, that son of a bitch, who tells me you're here, and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, 2 goons clobbered me and stuck me in there.
What's with the cutout?
I stole it from the diner to piss off Rose after what she did to us. That'll teach her.
Yeah, that's a harsh punishment. Come on, pal, we gotta get going.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Hartmans would be on me in a moment. I had to find a way out.
Non mais j'ai plus de lampe. Oh, oh. Ah mais ça s'étend, oh là là. Fuck. Il y a le générateur en bas. Nice. Ah, putain mais il reste pas allumé le truc. Ah, il faut que je rush du coup jusqu'à la porte. C'est une pub. C'est peut-être pas le moment là. Ok. Verizon. Ah, c'est des pubs de 2010 quoi, incroyable.
Check out the latest games. Discover new music and old favorites. Social networking, sports scores, news. It's all at your fingertips. No matter what you're into, Verizon Wireless can satisfy your never-ending appetite for apps. Check out VCast apps and load up your phone.
Très bien.
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
Je sais pas si c'est abordé à un moment dans le jeu. Parce que ça donne un peu l'impression que genre les artistes, créateurs, tout ça, créatrices, sont voués à être rongés par leur art, alors que c'est pas leur art qui les ronge, c'est les conditions de travail dans lesquelles ils sont obligés de l'exercer. Mais je crois pas que ça soit abordé. Oula. Je suis censé me cacher ou comment ça se passe? Ça va être compliqué. Ok, let's go. Au secours. Et merde. J'ai plus de... J'ai rien là, comment je fais? Je suis censé tirer dessus? Bah non. Ouf. Je comprends pas ce que je dois faire. Ah, peut-être le bait pour qu'il casse la porte. Aïe. Je suis nul à chier en esquive, non? Ah, je suis coincé, je vais crever. Ouais, ouais. C'est un peu compliqué là. Ah, ça va, j'ai le temps.
Hey, come on! We gotta get going!
J'aimerais bien récupérer une lampe torche si possible.
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al! Oh, God! Look at the house, Al! Look out!
C'est l'ambiance.
Oh, jeez, Al! The house looks bad! Let's get out of here!
Oh non. Un labyrinthe. Oui, bah, je fais ce que je peux. Oh, ça va être horrible, ça, si il y a des gens qui sont... qui sortent de nulle part. Oh. Ah putain, je suis nul à chier en esquive, ça me casse les couilles. Ok, faut pas faire confiance à Emile. Dommage, c'est le meilleur perso de Nier.
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Je me rappelle de cette scène. Putain, j'ai peur. C'est la fenêtre de chez moi qui s'est fermée. Avec le vent. Oh! Bon, j'ai eu le bon réflexe du... de la fleur.
We don't want any fighting. It makes people sad. You get 2 pills in the morning, and then you'll be nice and calm all day long.
Ok. Oh, les corbacs.
You sleep like a baby. Like seems to be lost. You have any trouble, and I don't count.
Ça dégage. Il y a beaucoup de corbeaux. Ils font partie du boss ou comment ça se passe? Je suis censé me barrer là, non? Wow, il y a un bout de rocher qui s'est... Mais fuck you. Ah, il me casse les couilles. Il y avait rien là-bas? Je vais tomber. Ok. Ok. Je vois que dalle parce que le soleil s'est levé chez moi. Je vais aller au checkpoint et je vais fermer les volets.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
Ok, j'en ai profité pour fermer les volets. J'ai l'impression d'avoir raté une page de scénario. Vu celle-ci là. Je suis pas très attentif. Ah mais c'était peut-être dans le labyrinthe. Flemme. Oh merde. Je voulais retourner en arrière pour me soigner, mais la lampe a éclaté. Faut pas que j'oublie d'utiliser mes autres armes. Ah bah ok.
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
Ok. Tom c'est Thomas Zane. Émile, je sais pas qui c'est. D'accord. Et du coup, j'avais découvert qui avait posé les trucs, mais j'ai oublié qui c'était. Je crois que c'est nous en fait, mais genre avant... pendant la semaine d'Ellipse, il me semble. Je sais toujours pas si Thomas Zane c'est la même personne ou pas. Je pense que c'est la même personne parce que les deux vieux nous ont appelé Tom et nous ont reconnus. Ouais, il y a beaucoup d'armes, c'est pas bon signe. C'est pas bon signe du tout.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he had had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Ok, donc clairement, Thomas Zane et Alan Wake, c'est pas la même personne. Compliqué tout ça. Oui, parce qu'en fait c'était un auteur qui était de l'époque de la vieille, là, non? Déjà le scénario est pas forcément très simple, mais en plus, vu que je mets 15 jours entre chaque session de jeu. Je vais me faire attaquer là, non?
Can you open this gate?
Ah oui, d'accord.
Maybe.
Barry.
Va falloir tenir.
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, Barry! I'll find it! Don't worry about it!
Oui, si je pouvais contrôler mon personnage, ça serait bien. Merci.
I'm on it!
Quoi? D'où il sort là?
Just hang on, Al! Oh, hey, found a corner!
Mais...
I found it! Ah, no, wait, there's a twig! Here it is! Al, I found the key!
Ouvre! Bon, ouais, je vais finir. Putain, quel enfer.
Al, please tell me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
C'est vraiment chaque épisode est découpé comme un épisode de télé, hein, souvent en 2 parties avec la pause pub au milieu.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest...
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it. Look out!
Pourquoi il a essayé de me pousser là? C'était trop bizarre. Ah d'accord, il m'a fait sortir de la voiture.
God damn it, Al, talk to me!
Genre en me poussant une fois avec le bras, il m'a fait sortir de la voiture.
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Super.
Barry! Barry!
Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way. Man, what a drop! Don't worry, your cutout is fine.
Forget that! Are you okay?
I hit some bushes
Ah, il est là-bas.
and didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall.
Bon, on peut carrément en vrai. Quoique. Je me crois trop dans un jeu.
Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry!
Oh! Yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al! I'm great! Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh? You're gonna have to find your way around to the farm, Al! I'll be waiting!
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Al! I'm not staying here! It's suicide! I'm going to the farm! I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area! You can catch up! Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
C'est quoi dans ça? Ah mais c'est le carton, putain. En vrai il a pas tort, hein. Vaut mieux aller vers le... Quoique, je sais pas si c'est plus sur la bac là, mais... De toute façon s'il reste là il va se faire attaquer. Bon, j'ai pas d'arme, pas de lampe, pas de... j'ai rien du tout. Ah, mais on est déjà passé là, non? Il y avait un endroit avec un truc comme ça, un pont, et une voie ferrée. Est-ce que je vais là ou là-bas? Je ne sais pas. Oh merde. Oui, oui, non, mais j'avais remarqué en fait. C'est très gentil de me prévenir, mais... J'avais tout à fait remarqué. Et maniez-vous, la lampe va s'éteindre en fait. Putain, ils arrivent pas à... Ouf. Ok. Il y a d'autres objets qui peuvent s'animer, j'ai l'impression. Et évidemment... Pourquoi je m'emmerde à ramasser les thermos alors que je m'en fous? Aïe. Mais c'est le bon chemin ça en fait. Ouf. Du coup il y avait quoi dans la... Dans la mine? Oh non. Mauvaise idée.
When he stopped the car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, he didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears.
Attends, c'est qui Walter? J'ai plus les prénoms moi. Il n'y a pas de Walter. C'est un des deux frères là? Je sais pas. En fait, faut pas sprinter tout le temps, faut vraiment l'utiliser au dernier moment. Ouais, non mais sérieux? Comment je suis censé éviter ça? Aïe.
shadows crawled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through.
Je sais pas du tout où je vais. Je suppose que c'est par là, mais... Fuck. Comment on saute? On peut sauter? Ah, mais on peut sauter en fait dans le jeu. Très bien.
I hoped there'd still be a working generator somewhere around here to power up the old lights by the gate. Agent Nightingale stared at the passed out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy at Wake's oblivion, but he had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's head and almost became a murderer. His hand shook and his throat felt tight and dry. Biting his teeth, he tried again to pull the trigger. He lost the nerve. Wake stirred. Nightingale would have to settle for an arrest.
On sait toujours pas pourquoi Nightingale poursuit Wake. Ça a pas l'air d'être que pour le boulot. Oui d'accord, la lampe dure vraiment pas longtemps. Du coup là-bas y'a quoi? Rien.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Ah, par contre j'ai vraiment zéro pile. Just no one in the dark. Très bien. C'est déjà le cas, donc... Par contre j'aimerais bien des piles. Apparemment c'est pas possible. Ouais, donc ils font exprès de me foutre dans une zone sans pile. Fuck you. Oh la mauvaise idée. Oh la mauvaise idée. Ah, c'était presque bon là. J'ai pas d'arme en fait. Il tient son... Genre... Il tient ses mains comme s'il avait une arme, du coup j'ai cru qu'il en avait une. Il avait rien du tout en fait. Olé. 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 Fuck you. Aïe. 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 Putain mais... Relou. Toujours pas de pile. En plus j'ai l'impression qu'on s'éloigne de la ferme, donc on va faire un grand tour pour rien.
A car was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking.
Oui, ça là-bas, c'est la scène. Je me souviens. Nice. Toujours pas d'armes par contre.
The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
C'est Nightingale, je pense.
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path.
Ok, c'est qui du coup? C'est Thomas Zane?
The dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chain to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free. Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm. The storm raged on as the Anderson brothers walked unsteadily away from the clinic with the other patients in tow, knowing that this time they wouldn't return. The darkness around them seethed with horrors, but Tor and Odin were unafraid. Their eyes glinted with guile. They knew every secret path, and there was blood on their hands. They had fought these shades before.
Ouais, mais par contre, j'ai que un fusil avec 2 munitions. C'est pas ouf. Ah. Salut Hachol. Il y a sûrement un truc là-bas, mais j'ai un peu la flemme d'aller chercher. Oh non. Ah, super. Bon, ça va, il y avait que un ennemi. Je sens que ça va être chiant les pièges à ours. Hein. Pourquoi je suis allé là, je ne sais pas. Pas le temps d'esquiver. Oh la bite. Je vais crever. Faut pas trop que je sprint en fait. Oh. C'était juste. Ils sont toujours là? Non.
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
Ben... Il est à l'intérieur, non? Il ou elle d'ailleurs? Bonjour.
Hello? Anybody here?
Est-ce que ce serait pas là?
Barry!
No! Danny, you're not! Ah! Please! Ah! What are you? Ah! No! Don't! I'm sorry! Ah! Ah!
Moi je fouille, hein. Y'a pas de souci. J'allais dire, est-ce que ce serait pas l'heure d'un petit épisode de Night Springs? Mais c'est peut-être pas l'ambiance. Ça ressemble au chalet où on était au tout début là, non? Enfin le chalet de Wake et sa femme. Ah.
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. But my buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to a real
Non, personne ne dit ça alors qu'il est en train de crever.
the best friends, suddenly the bad guy who wrote this crap anyway.
Je peux pas tirer. Très bien. Du coup, aucun lien avec Barry. Ah mais du coup c'est peut-être lui. C'était où?
The dark presence followed the choreography late.
Non.
When
Walter.
he stopped the car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew.
Ouais, pas sûr. Ah.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape. I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way, near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who will help me. I'll make it happen.
Ok. Pas sûr de bien avoir saisi son plan, mais bon. Ça change quoi qu'il se foute lui dans l'histoire. C'est vrai que si tu mets l'auteur dans l'histoire.
Let me guess. Danny, huh?
C'est vrai que si tu mets l'auteur dans l'histoire, ça peut potentiellement changer les règles du jeu. Ah, la voiture.
I'd need a car to get there fast.
Mauvaise idée ça. Très mauvaise idée. Ah mais... Il y avait une autre entrée là. Voilà. Bon, il n'y a rien, même pas de page de manuscrit. Ah mais si, c'est une... ok. J'avais pas vu. Ok. Bon. Let's go la voiture. C'est du PQ.
If Barry wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting him. After all, I made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry.
Je sais pas pourquoi je continue de les ramasser alors que je m'en fous. C'est compulsif. Bon, la ferme ça a l'air d'être là-bas, donc je vais aller voir ce qu'il y a là-haut. Là ça veut dire qu'il y a plein de... ouais. Une autre voiture. Et plein d'endroits optionnels du coup. Je vais sûrement me taper des combats de merde. J'aimerais bien trouver la télé. Je sais pas pourquoi j'entends une respiration là, j'aime pas ça. Changement de voiture. Heureusement que tout le monde laisse ses voitures ouvertes et avec les clés sur le contact. Toujours pas de télé. Je sais pas ce qui est mieux entre carabine et fusil, je sais pas quoi, fusil de chasse.
Well, as I'm sure everyone's noticed, that storm we all felt coming is finally here. The boys at the Weather Service reckon it'll last until morning at the very least. Pertaining to that, let me read that missing persons alert again. The Sheriff's Department's still looking for a Caucasian woman, 30 years old, slim and blonde with blue eyes. She may be lost in the woods, and it's possible she's been injured in a car accident. If you see her, please make sure you get her indoors and call the sheriff. It's bad weather to be caught out in, so if you see someone in the area who maybe looks a little confused, give them a hand, all right? This is Pat Maine on KBF FM, hoping you're all safe and warm tonight.
C'est de pire en pire les musiques à la radio. Tiens d'ailleurs, oh merde. S'il y a un coup de tonnerre au moment où il y a des ennemis, là, ça les blesse ou pas? Quoi? Des fois, il recule pas même avec la lampe. Hop. Tradition. Hein. On change de voiture. Oh non. Non, il y a au moins... Il y a au moins une émission par chapitre, je crois. Du coup, j'en ai raté une, je crois. Je suis obligé de descendre là. Ouais, c'était obligé ça. Hop, ça dégage. Merde, j'en ai lancé deux. Tant pis. Ouais, du coup, je sais pas si j'ai raté la télé avec l'émission ou pas. Oh non. Il va y avoir plein d'ennemis d'un coup. J'ai sans doute raté vu qu'il y avait une zone un peu ouverte. Il y avait peut-être une maison un peu cachée. À moins que... En général, les télés, elles sont pas à des endroits où il y a les trésors. On va se faire attaquer en sortant, j'imagine. Ouais. Ouais, vous cassez les couilles. Quoi ? Ah, la scène.
I'd known the brothers used to be some kind of rock stars, but it hadn't really sunk in until I saw the stage.
Moi, je me souviens que c'était un peu chaud ici.
There's too many of them!
God damn.
I'm so glad you decided to go it alone.
Shut up and shoot.
Il a eu la chance que la foudre tape à ce moment-là.
We have to fight them off. I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out. Hey, Al, notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is stocked. Al, hold on. I'll try to get the stage lights on.
Bah ouais, mais en fait, laissez-moi jouer. Voilà.
Yes! Here we go! Barry Wheeler to the rescue!
Ah oui, du coup, ça se soigne.
No! Damn it! Goddamn turn of the century wiring!
Oula, oula, oula. Il est où le grand là? Et laissez-moi tranquille. Quoi? Mais j'ai esquivé là. Jeu de merde. Il m'envoie tout dans la gueule. Ça casse la tête.
Oh, if I buy it, this is pretty much how I always wanted to go out. Back in the game, yes!
Si je tire à côté, ça va pas le faire. Nice. Alors, c'était pas nécessaire, mais... Why not?
That was awesome!
Bright Falls, rock and roll capital of America.
Ah ouais? En vrai, j'ai pas vu souvent les fins des campagnes de lettres. Il y en a beaucoup dont j'ai vu le début, mais pas forcément les fins. Bon, je me souvenais du passage et il me semble que c'était un peu dur, donc peut-être qu'à l'époque je jouais en normal, sans doute.
Hey, Al! This way to the farm!
Ouais, ouais. T'inquiète. En vrai, c'est stylé comme ça, non? Au milieu d'un champ et tout.
See, bestseller? No reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time.
Ok, il va falloir revirer ce truc-là.
This thing moved out of the way.
Avec
As
ça.
far as I got, before they ambushed me.
Ah, il a l'air vraiment vénère la lampe. Très beau saut, bien joué. J'ai cru que j'allais encore le rater.
Hey, I think Alan Wake here has something to say. What's that, Al?
Ooh, I'm Alan Wake. I'm always right about everything. And if I don't get my way, I'll sulk all day long. I'm always intense and moody. It makes me very attractive and mysterious. Right now, I'm just standing here because I need my best friend Barry to carry me. But that's okay. I can just take him for granted.
I think I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You want me to do my imitation of Barry Wheeler? No? Thought so.
passer en dessous de ce truc suspendu là. Très mauvaise idée.
Wow!
Oh, il y a une télé.
Look at that thing, Al! They really went all out with this Viking crap, didn't they?
Ah putain, j'avais pas vu.
Look at all this stuff. They must have done okay for themselves, so how come I never heard of these guys before?
And this from the guy who learned about Ozzy Osbourne through reality TV?
Let's go.
We all spend a third of our dreams in its soft
Mais ta gueule par contre.
fantasy and
Hey,
oblivion.
remember when I got you that gig?
But
Your
dreams
first
have a way
real
of
writing
forcing
job. What got
themselves
you
into
started?
waking life,
Oh, is this one of your
or
episodes?
vice versa. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Dream of Dreams.
That's by someone else.
We join Mr. Jones as he explores the endless dreamscape, only to be brought to a sudden stop by a decidedly mundane situation. A long line of people.
Hey, Jones, right? Listen, we're gonna have to wait until His Highness over there is good and ready. Oh, wow. Who's that? You don't know him? What are you, new? He's the guy dreaming us. Well, not just us. He dreams everything. All of this.
But wait, no. I'm the one who's dreaming. I'm asleep. Isn't this my dream?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Get real, pal. You're just another dream. I'm a dream. You're a dream. The weirdo in the diving suit is a dream, and the girl made of smiles and sunshine is definitely a dream.
But I'm pretty sure I'm dreaming this.
Well, maybe you're a really confused dream. What am I, a shrink? All I know is I'm going with the smart guys, and they say that's the guy doing the dreaming. Right there.
I don't know what that means.
It means we keep him happy. No sudden falls. We make sure he has his clothes on when he goes out in public. No chases where the monster is nipping at his heels and he runs like crazy but his legs don't seem to get him anywhere. None of that. Because if he wakes up in a cold sweat...
Oh...
Yeah, precisely. So we wait till he wants to move on. Keep things nice and calm.
Hey, something's happening here.
Yeah? What's that?
What? Can't you hear that?
Oh, God help us, it's an alarm clock. Oh, it's you, isn't it? Please, man, I got a wife and kids. Please don't wake...
Ouais, il n'y a même pas eu l'outro de l'émission. Et ouais, du coup, Barry a sous-entendu que... Enfin, sous-entendu. Il nous a appris que... Wake a écrit des scénarios pour l'émission. Marrant. Bon, il y a beaucoup de trucs à ramasser, c'est jamais bon signe. Sachant qu'on vient de faire un combat difficile, donc il va y avoir un autre truc encore plus difficile.
It's 1976. Madness reigns at the Anderson farm. Contrary to all logic, the headiest ingredient of their moonshine is unfiltered water from Cauldron Lake. The Andersons feel like gods. Odin can't stop laughing. He contemplates cutting his eye out. Tor runs across the field, naked, shrieking, hammer in his hand, trying to catch lightning. Their songs have power. Something ancient is stirring in the depths, coming back.
C'est eux qui ont réveillé le truc au fond du lac là, en faisant de l'alcool avec.
The Viking boat looked imposing, almost like a battering ram.
Ah. Le jeu qui nous backseat très subtilement. Ah oui, quand même. On fait la tournée. Bah yes. J'ai pas le temps. Hein. Barrez-vous, barrez-vous. Oh. Putain mais il se planque derrière les autres. Ouais ouais salut là. Il est parti Barry? Ouais. Bah ok ouais. Quoi? Ah mais c'est un boss lui. Oh putain j'ai crevé. Ça paraît compliqué là. J'ai un petit peu rushé, mais bon. Pourquoi s'embêter, hein?
Wow! Those geezers had quite a production going on. Ooh, you know what, Al? If we make it through this alive, I'm gonna start representing them. Yep, sell this stuff online, maybe get a reality show going, release a new single.
Good luck with that, pal.
Hey, you find us a way out of here, okay? I'm gonna take a closer look at this stuff.
Be careful, Al!
Bon, on va sûrement se faire attaquer. Sortir ça au cas où. Bah ouais.
I'm good. Keep your eyes open, okay?
Putain mais il est grand ce truc. C'est pas déjà ce que j'ai ça?
As you regular listeners know, I tend to work through the night, but I'm not the only one. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking a couple of moments off their busy schedule to join me here in the studio. Boys, how busy are you now? Deerfest is almost here, isn't it? I bet that keeps you in business.
Pretty busy, yeah. Actually, Pat, we've been real busy with other stuff, which concerns an ongoing investigation. We can't talk about that, Thornton. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just saying we got, you know, other irons to fry.
And how would you compare your workload to last year's? Things have seemed relatively peaceful to me, but people do tend to get a little wild this time of year.
Oh, it's wild, Pat. It's pretty wild. There's been all sorts of trouble this year. Vandalism, fighting, public disturbances. A lot of people gone missing, too.
Yeah, it's pretty much the usual stuff, Pat. Just, you know, a lot more of it.
Now, is it just me, or does Deerfest get wilder every year? People seem to be more drunk, at least, or they start earlier and younger.
Oh, it's definitely not just you, Pat, but...
Definitely, Pat.
Hey, I'm talking here, Thornton. Oh shoot, I lost my train of thought.
Not just me.
Oh, yeah, it's wilder, Pat, but actually most of the trouble seems to be coming from grown men. People who ought to know better, you know? Kids are doing fine this year.
Well, that's nice to hear at least. Boys, I want to thank you for stopping by. I'll let you get back to your patrol.
Sure thing, Pat.
Yeah, sure thing, Pat.
The elevator was dead. I'd have to get some power to it first. I could see the building that had to be the Andersons' home on the other side of the field. It wasn't far now. I wasn't worried about trusting the ramblings of two burned-out geriatric wrecks. They had the goods. Kidding me?
Ah. Oh. Let's go, Farming Simulator. Est-ce qu'il y a d'autres ennemis autour? Non, ça va. Ah, si. Il a un peu de galéré dans ses manœuvres. Non. Aïe 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 aïe. Ah mais non. Voilà, laisse-moi tranquille. Oh putain, j'ai eu tellement peur. Qui m'a tapé là? Pardon? Ah, il y a peut-être un gars qui lance des trucs de loin? Vas-y, je me fais attaquer par des trucs qui n'existent pas. Alors qu'il n'y a plus de musique d'ennemis et tout. Quelle arnaque. Il n'y a pas de piège, j'ai rien. C'était peut-être un ennemi de la phase qui avait pas encore complètement disparu et qui m'a attaqué. De toute façon, il va falloir qu'on aille là-bas après. Il y a un truc violet là-bas. Ah mais c'est la scène. Mais attends, on était juste à côté de la scène. Je crois qu'il y a une page de manuscrit que j'ai ratée là-bas. Genre, on pouvait pas juste genre passer en dessous de cette barrière et puis là-bas traverser. Il va y avoir un ennemi là-dedans, non?
Al? Is that you out
Il me
there,
fait
buddy?
peur ce con.
Yeah, it's me. Hang on.
Allez, on
Let's
court.
go,
Hein.
man. I think we're gonna have to work together to open this gate, Al. Looks pretty heavy. Ah! Hey, I think that's the farm on the other side of the field. We're almost there. This farm is a crazy place for crazy people.
We should feel right at home then.
C'est quoi là-bas?
Come on, one more gate. Let's do this thing. Ah!
Oula. Le environmental storytelling. Bon, on sait ce qui nous attend. Hein. All gods know the truth. Donc on a bien fait de suivre les yeux. Attends mais... Ah mais d'accord, mais on a descendu tout le truc. Je pensais pas que la ferme était si proche du lac. Très bien. Bon, ça doit être la fin du chapitre, je pense.
The lights are out. I guess we better check the fuse box.
Petite thermos de café dans les chiottes. Ah oui, ils ont vraiment genre rajouté une un truc à la, enfin je sais pas comment dire, un enrobage à l'extérieur pour faire genre c'est une maison viking. Enfin ouais, je suis pas sûr que les vikings avaient des maisons mais une maison nordique.
The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box.
Come on, Al, let's get the lights on, huh?
Ben ouais, bah pousse-toi.
You know, this place looks kind of lived in. I thought the Andersons were in the booby hatch.
Ça j'avais même pas vu.
Again, Alice's screams rang in the stillness of the night. I saw myself run toward the cabin, flashlight in my hand. I followed my past self. I was an out-of-body observer, a time traveler in a crazy drunken dream. This was the beginning. The night Alice had disappeared. The mystery of what had happened during the missing week was about to reveal itself.
Ok. Attends, la boîte à fusibles qui est dans la chambre tout au bout de la maison. Je sais pas qui a fait l'installation électrique, mais... On est pas mal.
Can you hear that, Al? Music?
Of course. We need to find where it's coming from. That's the message the Andersons talked about. That's the whole reason we're here.
Lady of the Light? Oh, that's gotta be what's-her-face, the crazy lamp lady from the town.
Cynthia Weaver.
Right. Must be. Okay.
We need to find Cynthia Weaver. We'll stay here for the night and head back to town as soon as it gets light.
Hey, Al. Lots of hours before dawn. Might as well get some rest. And by rest, I mean drunk.
Come on, Barry, this is... Yeah, what the hell?
Mais vous avez pas écouté tout ce qu'on a vu là? Que l'alcool était fait avec l'eau du lac et que ça a rendu tout le monde délirant. Oh les cons.
Find her, right? Even though you're a crazy bastard, I'm gonna stick by you, no matter what, ever, Al. Sure, like a brother.
I'm a writer, goddammit.
Correct.
If I just wanted to, I could write 10 books a year. And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What? What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my nose. I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
I just miss her, Barry. I just want her here with me.
I know, Al. I know. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it okay.
Ouais, je joue la caméra.
Alice, I'm coming. It's all right. I'm coming.
It was a crazy drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth, a suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened. I remembered being surprised to see the cabin dark.
Alice!
Alice would have never turned the lights off. I remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crashed car and finding the first pages of the manuscript. I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
Alice!
Jagger had Alice, and so she had me.
Alice!
I'd been easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
Alice?
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe she's inside.
Alice!
Yes.
The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
must be here somewhere. Maybe upstairs in the study.
Alice!
Yes, that's where she is. You can apologize.
Alice!
You'll laugh at the whole thing together and put it behind you.
Alice?
She's not here. You were foolish to think so. No, she's dead. She drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead. You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her.
Ah!
Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do. You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her. Yes. All right. I'll fix it. I'll bring her back. No. I wrote it. I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobweb she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish, to interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
It isn't here now. I'm here because it was written. I brought the light to set you free. You must hurry. It will know I'm here. It will be back soon. It stole the skin of my Barbara a long time ago. She looks so old.
I had woken up, confused and groggy, my mind consumed by darkness and fear. All I could do was to escape. The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious, and fading fast. It had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted. But he had managed to weaken the dark presence, kept me safe that night. I wrote it. It's my fault.
That's right, James Joyce. It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
Bah yes. Bon, du coup, on sait ce qui s'est passé pendant l'ellipse. Du coup, il reste plus qu'à résoudre la situation. On sait toujours pas exactement où est Alice, mais on sait que c'est l'ombre noire qui la détient. On sait pas trop d'où sort le gars du FBI, mais ça pourrait juste être un personnage du roman. Thomas Zane, du coup, c'est un personnage complètement inventé, si j'ai bien compris. C'est genre l'inconscient d'Alan Wake qui l'a placé là pour pouvoir le guider. Très bien. Je vais aller me chercher à boire et je reviens.
came down to the lake to call out to his dear. When there was no answer, he was overcome with fear. He searched in vain for his treasure lost, until soon the night would fall, and only his own echo would wail back as his call. And when he swore to bring back his love by stories he'd create, nightmares shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake. And now to see your love set free, you will need the witch's cabin key. Find the lady of the light still raving in the night. That's how you reshape destiny. In the dead of night she came to him with darkness in her eyes. We're in a morning gown, sweet words as her disguise. He took her in without a word, for he saw his great mistake.
La musique me fait beaucoup penser à une musique de Morchiba. Enjoy the Ride, je crois.
Just a dream, one mystery remains, for it is said on moonless nights they may still haunt this place.
Ouais, je crois que c'est Enjoy the Ride de Morchiba. Let's go! Bon, du coup, faut trouver la vieille qui était au début.
Previously on Alan Wake.
Au début au commissariat, non?
I wrote a horror story that is coming true. Jagger had been my editor, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true.
My mom gave me this old light switch.
The clicker.
Alice is being kept in a dark prison. I need to find Cynthia Weaver to fix this.
It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
Well, we're expecting a record crowd from the neighboring counties. Naturally, we hope to break the record set by last year's Moose Fest in our neighboring town, Watery. Ladies and gentlemen, some people have asked me, what's the big deal about Deer Fest? And I think that this sums it up. It's about friendship and community. We've got a great party coming up, but let's try to hold it in until tomorrow and get through the night in one piece, all right?
I have it. Someone will come for it when the time is right. Thomas said so. He wrote it. The key is insurance. It's my job to keep it safe. Safe in the light. Always in the light.
Ah, c'est pas ce qu'elle nous avait dit quand on était venu chercher la clé au début?
The FBI agent had taken them.
I think my tongue just took a crap in my mouth. Ugh. Oh, wait, we're in jail now? Al, Al, this is not good.
That about sums it up.
Ah non.
Oh, I am never drinking again.
I need to talk to Weaver. She's the one in the song. The Lady of the Light.
What, the crazy lady? Ugh, whatever you say, Al, but we're stuck here. They're not
You haven't
gonna...
even interviewed Wake.
I had some reading to do first, Sheriff, and let me tell you, it was an interesting read. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent. There's no way you're walking out of here. You hear me in there, Bret Easton Ellis? Huh?
Agent Nightingale, I want to talk to your superior.
Well, we all want things, Sheriff. I wanted my... Look, that's not possible right now.
Agent Nightingale, I insist.
Wake, what's wrong?
Lady, are you stupid? It's a trick. It's an obvious trick.
Okay, I've had enough of this crap. Wake, I'm gonna trust you with this.
You're joking.
Agent Nightingale, your opinion would matter more if you were sober and if I actually believed you were here on official business.
Whoa! Get back in the cell, Stephen King. The only way you're leaving this place is over my dead... Wait a minute. I know...
Oh my god!
Light.
Bah yes.
Light. It's the only way to fight this thing.
In my office. I've got your things there. Follow me.
Je parie que sur les pages c'est marqué sa ligne de dialogue. Sa ligne de dialogue et le machin qu'il aspire.
Nightingale tried to make sense of the manuscript. It was disjointed and strange. He didn't understand half of it, but it all rang true. Impossibly true. He took out his hip flask when he reached the page that described how he reached the page that made him take out his hip flask. It wasn't the booze that made his mind reel.
Au secours.
Cool. I can get the emergency power on.
Nightingale felt the situation veering out of his control, but the gun at least felt steady in his hands. He was ready to fire, resolved that he would let this happen over his dead body. And yet he hesitated. He had seen this moment before, read it in the page. He was transfixed by the déjà vu and the horror that he was a character in a story someone had written. Then the monstrous presence burst in behind him and dragged him into the night.
Bah yes. Voilà, le lighting ici il est bizarre. Ça lui fait des mèches rouges. Vous voulez pas me donner une lampe torche ou une arme ou... C'est mon droit en tant que citoyen américain. Bon après je suis en garde à vue. Ça ne fonctionne pas. Ça fonctionne.
Here are your things. Wake, what do I need to know? What do you need from me?
In the light. Only in the light. And I need to find Cynthia Weaver. She can help me stop this.
Light. Check. Cynthia. She lives in the old decommissioned power plant. I can get you there pretty quickly in the rescue chopper. Come on, let's get back to your friend.
Voici vos affaires, j'avais une super giga lampe là. Hein.
We're going to fetch our ride, but I have friends who need to be warned about this, and I can't be in two places at once. I need your help.
Well, okay.
Here's a list of people and phone numbers. I need you to call them and tell them you have a message from me. Night Springs, okay? They'll know what to do.
Night Springs? Like the TV show? Gotcha. Oh, hey, that radio guy is on the list. Maine. Who's Frank Breaker? He related to you?
My dad.
Hey, is this like a secret society?
Can you do this? You'll be safe here. The backup power's on. These guys need to be alerted, just in case we don't come back.
You'll come back for me though, right?
As soon as we get the chopper ready. Thanks, Wheeler. I owe you one. Okay, let's go, Wake. Through the back.
My hangover wants a pizza. You think there's any way I could order one, Al?
Ouais, tais-toi donc.
Hello, Mr. Breaker? This is Barry Wheeler. Yeah, I know it's late, but listen, the sheriff, Sarah, asked me to tell you something. She says Night Springs, okay? So I guess she... Yes, sir. Okay, No, she's okay. She's just busy, so she asked me to... Oh, no. Actually, I'm a literary agent, sir. I'm just helping her out because she's busy right now.
Oh, hell. Whatever took Nightingale must have broken the gate controls. We can't reach the gate's control box from here. We need to get to the other side over the rooftop.
I'll go. I'll open the gate for you once I'm across. You stay here in the light and cover me, Sheriff, okay?
Are you sure? Okay then, but hurry.
Je me souviens plus si j'avais fait le call à l'époque, mais je me doutais que cette échelle-là, elle n'était pas là pour rien. Il y a le cerf à côté là. Bon, sans doute y avoir des ennemis. Ah mais le quai est juste ici en fait, d'accord. Très bien. Bah oui. C'est que les corbeaux là. Putain mais ils sont à tête chercheuse aussi là. Oula.
Hey, Sheriff! Your password. Night Springs? What's that all about?
It's a stupid joke we have. That Bright Falls is the original inspiration for the TV show. This town can get weird at times. Never this weird, though. You need to bypass the damaged control box.
What am I, an electrician? Hold on!
Piraté.
That's smart.
Good job, Wade. Okay, stick close. Our first stop is the town hall. The keys to the chopper are there.
The graveyard shift may cause
Mais wesh, elle gâche des munitions là, non? Ouais, non, elle a un fusil qui fait de la lumière. russe. C'est cool d'avoir quelqu'un qui est avec nous mais qui tire un peu quoi. Ah mais non mais elle a une lampe torche aussi. J'avais pas vu. Oh là là. Alors j'ai rien dit tout à l'heure mais j'étais sûr que le camion allait finir par être possédé. Bon, elle l'a fait reculer. Sûrement pas une bonne idée, mais...
Over here, Wake! The chopper's in the other direction!
C'est tout? Ça aurait été bien que genre bah les trucs de café par exemple ça augmente ton endurance. Parce que j'ai vraiment l'impression d'être tout le temps essoufflé. Bon après ça casserait un peu le jeu j'imagine. Le jeu. Vu. On peut retourner dans le diner. Let's go. La petite sirène. Hein. Enfin, pas le... Ouais. pas le film. C'était ici qu'il y avait eu la vieille pour la première fois. Oh putain.
Barry was in his element, making calls, making things happen, even if he didn't entirely know what those things were. He wouldn't let the hot sheriff chick down. Even if every noise he heard from outside, and he heard plenty, made him jump. He had only paused to text Al a message, told him to hurry up. Suddenly, Barry froze in mid-dial. A window broke somewhere in the building, and then the lights went out.
Ah. On va peut-être ne pas revoir Barry. Oui, c'est la même musique qu'au début. The lime in the coconut. Son animation de course. Mais t'as mal choisi ton... T'as mal choisi ton embuscade, toi. Oula. S'il n'y a pas une cabine qui nous attaque, là. Il fait tellement mal son fusil, là. Et oh. pensais qu'une des cabines allait se retrouver possédée.
This could be another bad stretch.
Bah écoute, une rue vide comme ça avec plein d'endroits, je sais pas ce qui pourrait mal se passer.
Wake, over here! There's light!
Ouais. Je sais pas. Je suis pas sûr que ce soit une très bonne idée.
Watch my back, Wake.
It's an ambush.
Quelle surprise. Ah, ça va, elle s'est retournée, j'ai cru qu'elle allait continuer de regarder son truc là. Ah bah, la tronçonneuse. Ouais, je sais essayer de contourner là. Allez hop.
Let's go, Wake.
J'ai vu le truc briller, je me suis dit qu'il y avait peut-être une page de manuscrit, mais non. Faut que je pense au lance-fusée, même sur les ennemis humains. Je le garde pour les pigeons, enfin les corbeaux en général, mais je pense que c'est fort sur les humains aussi. Bon, je suis pas mal en fusée éclairante aussi, donc faut pas que j'hésite à les utiliser.
Okay, someone's messed with the fuse box here, but you should be able to jury-rig it while I find the keys.
I already got electrocuted once today. How about I look for the keys and you get burned for a change?
Fine. They should be in the clerk's office on the other side of the building, near the main entrance.
The darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's face was furious. The story in the manuscript had been making it stronger all the time, but now the light had set the writer free and hurt it, weakened it. It was only a matter of days before the dark presence would be strong again, but meanwhile, it would be difficult to recapture the writer.
Mais du coup, elle a été imprudente, l'ombre, genre elle a laissé écrire l'histoire sans vraiment double-check et elle a pas vu qu'il avait ajouté des trucs. Ou alors genre il l'a... Ah, c'est Barry ça.
The message was from Barry.
Ouais.
He was getting worried at the station. He wanted us to hurry.
Bon, ça veut dire que de son côté c'est la merde parce que les lumières viennent de s'éteindre. Je sais plus ce que je disais. Je me suis tourné pour faire demi-tour et il s'est passé un truc. J'ai envie d'aller voir en haut d'abord.
The keys aren't upstairs, Wake.
I'm just gonna take a quick look.
Nice.
Freedom. A fusion of vigilance, conscience, and uncompromising clarity of vision. A need so fundamental, it permeates our very being. And yet, a man may be brought to his knees in a single heartbeat. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, taken in his prime. For young Manny, the night hasn't been kind. He's a marked man, selected for a lifetime of servitude after answering an ad in the newspaper. But first, a little field surgery is required.
Well, well, look what I found.
Ah, please, no!
Yeah, I think you're just about ready for it.
Best if you don't resist this, kid. We gotta beat it out of you.
What? I don't understand. What did I do? I just wanted to get a job in the service industry.
Well, you're gonna serve all right.
No! Ah, please! Ah! There it is! It's coming out now. Right between the self-esteem and the childhood traumas. What are you doing to me?
It's Furman. There, I've got it. Believe me, kid, this free will thing is more trouble than it's worth.
What was that? Oh, nothing for you to worry about, Manny.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
We'll tell you all about that. Don't you worry.
Another vacant worker ant, birthed in fury and violence for the pleasure and convenience of ruthless and malicious men. Stranger things can happen in Night Springs.
Bon, c'était pas giga bien traduit, mais ils lui ont enlevé son free will. Son libre arbitre, voilà. Très bien. Et du coup, tout à l'heure, je disais quoi? Je sais plus. Nick. Oui, soit la vieille l'a laissé... Enfin, soit la vieille est pas au courant qu'il a rajouté des trucs, genre il a été plus malin qu'elle. Soit... Soit elle a juste été négligente. Genre peut-être qu'il a écrit les personnages mais de manière un peu... Putain, mais on n'arrive pas à lire. Ok, les ténèbres contrôlent les possédés. Putain, il m'a fait peur. Mais vas-y, ils avancent même avec la lumière là. Ça casse les couilles. Oh, nice. Je vais encore moins pouvoir lire les trucs sur les murs, mais c'est pas grave. Ben, je sais pas s'il faut forcément boire l'eau du lac. Après, j'imagine que vu qu'ils habitent... Putain, elle m'a fait peur. T'étais pas censé réparer les lumières, toi? Vu qu'ils habitent tous là et genre... Il doit y avoir une station d'épuration, mais j'imagine qu'ils boivent plus ou moins l'eau du lac déjà. Je sais pas comment ça marche. Mais après, ouais, je sais pas. Enfin, je sais pas si c'est une capacité propre à l'ombre machin là. Ou si c'est en écrivant le script qu'il lui a donné ses capacités.
Okay, Sheriff, I got the keys. Barry?
Why isn't he inside?
Oh God! Oh God!
Barry! Look out! Barry, move! Barry!
He made it inside, Wake. He's okay.
The storefront's blocked. Come on, Wake, let's go around. We can meet him in the back.
He's ok. Si on l'a attaqué là et dans le commissariat, on va l'attaquer là-dedans aussi. Hein. Pas un petit manuscrit là. Wow.
Got a perch over here.
Ils me font peur à chaque fois ces connards. Eh oh! Mais... Putain, j'ai perdu toute ma vie à cause de ce connard. J'aimerais mieux qu'elle aggro les petits plutôt que d'aggro le gros et du coup moi les petits arrêtent pas de me contourner et de me bolosser.
We can make it through the bookstore. Wheeler should be waiting for us in the backyard.
Down or I'll call the sheriff.
C'est moi le shérif.
I've got it. Don't worry about it.
Sarah, about time somebody showed up. All this shooting in the air is idiotic. One of these days they'll kill somebody. And over Deerfest.
I know. Go back to bed. He's got a point, Wake. Look, this town can't take this.
It's me they want. The sooner I get out of here, the sooner you can all get back to life as usual.
I hope you're right. Come on, let me get this door open.
Wait, you got the keys to the bookstore?
Perks of being the sheriff. A girl needs to get around. They're really taking advantage of your presence here, Wake. I heard they're selling a lot of your Alex Casey books.
Right now, I'm not a big fan of my own writing. Cynthia Weaver worked hard, following her obsessive rituals, sometimes fighting them, always giving in to them in the end. She haunted the halls of Bright Falls abandoned power plant. She marked her caches with light-sensitive paint that could only be seen by eyes that had been touched by darkness and saved by light like she'd been. She was preparing defenses and supply lines for the war she knew would come. The war between the forces of light and darkness.
Ok, donc c'est bien elle qui a placé les trucs.
The darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's face was furious. The story.
Ah oui, ok, en fait, j'arrête pas de confondre Barbara Jagger et Cynthia Weaver. Ce qu'il faudrait que je trouve... C'était où? Ah oui, voilà. Donc Barbara Jagger.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant and beautiful.
C'est laquelle?
He had never been a very happy man.
Ouais, c'est la vieille. Enfin, celle avec le voile noir et tout, là.
For the first time in his life, everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw.
Mais Thomas Zane, c'est pas genre un personnage de... Je comprends rien. J-Pep. « 100% je vais me faire attaquer. les calls pour contre Jinx. Comme ça je me fais pas attaquer.
I don't see Barry.
Look! Wake! Maybe that's him. That's the way to the chopper.
Je vois pas comment il serait arrivé jusque là-bas, mais pourquoi pas. Il y a de plus en plus de cash, ou alors il y en a toujours eu beaucoup et j'en ai raté plein. Ce qui est également possible. Il y a beaucoup de munitions. Ça sent pas bon. Voilà, c'est fermé, couvrez-moi pendant que j'ouvre la porte.
I'm gonna give Pastor Howard a piece of my mind about this lock. Ugh, I told him to get it fixed.
Here they come.
Let's take a break.
Alors attends, est-ce qu'ils arrivent de tous les côtés ou juste là-bas? Pas clair. Ok.
Wake, keep an eye out. I lost that one.
Je crois qu'il a bugué. What? Il m'a foncé dessus, il a disparu. Ouais, c'est quand même bien mieux quand on a un allié qui a une lampe et un fusil.
Let's go, Wake.
Bon, pas de coup de feu dans l'église, s'il vous plaît.
Wow.
We keep them lit all night long on the night before Deerfest.
Why?
Well, it's tradition.
Ben, ça nous arrange du coup.
For it to be free, the Dark Presence needed the writer to finish the story. Again and again, the story let it get frustratingly close to the writer without letting it capture him. It was bound by the events depicted in the manuscript, but it could pursue the writer indirectly, put others on the task and stop those who would help him. It took over everything in its path, made them its puppets, and sent them after Alan Wake.
Ouais, a priori, c'est pas une question de boire l'eau du lac, hein, je pense. Elle peut posséder n'importe qui. Le coup de l'eau du lac, je pense que ça a été une des fois où ça l'a réveillé, non? Genre dans les années 70, quand ils ont commencé à faire de l'alcool avec. Et ouais, je sais pas, ça l'a activé.
We're almost there.
Bizarre.
We'll have to go through the basement to get to the parking lot.
Yeah, there's no way going through the crypt will turn out to be a bad idea.
On peut pas genre juste rester dans l'église? Super. Super bonne ambiance. Pourquoi ils ont pas de lumière dans leur sous-sol là? Et hop, ça dégage.
Did you call 911?
Wow.
Guess that one saw the light, huh? You didn't like that one? A tough audience. Well, I got plenty more.
What are the Christmas lights for?
Protection, man! Like garlic against vampires?
Vampires.
The helicopter's just across the parking lot and up the hill. Come on!
C'est quoi ce mépris là sur Vampires alors qu'on se bat contre des ombres et tout? C'est pas plus débile qu'une autre créature? Hein. C'est un chat? Oui, c'est un chat. Ah non, mais on retourne dans la forêt là.
The Bright Falls General Store is now my favorite place in the entire world. See this headlamp? It's like a superpower. I can just look at one of those things and they die. It's my flaming eye of Mordor. I wish I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Hey, I want a headlamp.
Pourquoi?
Bastard.
Alice had screamed until she had no voice left to scream. Around her, the darkness was alive. It was cold and wet and malevolent and without end. She was a prisoner, trapped in the dark place. The terror would have burned her mind out, but one thing made her hang on. She could sense Alan in the dark. She could hear him. She could see the words he was writing as flickering shadows. He sensed her too. He was trying to work his way to her.
Bon, on est trois là, c'est beaucoup trop confortable et je pense qu'on va bientôt être séparés et dans la merde.
When someone throws a damn school bus at your head and you're about to take a helicopter ride with someone who may or may not have a pilot's license or cleared for departure to Night Springs. No offense, Sheriff.
Dégage. Ils sont partis sans moi là? Ah, c'est moi qui suis parti sans eux. Yes.
I'm never gonna get used to this.
Je sais même plus pourquoi on vient là. Ah oui, pour un hélico.
The helicopter's just up ahead. I'll need a while to prep for takeoff.
Évidemment.
Take too long. I want to get out of here.
Truc qui explose étonnamment placé juste à côté des camions. Il y a vraiment beaucoup de trucs là pour se défendre. Ça pue de ouf. Bon, let's go. Ah, ils sont deux, il faut qu'ils soient deux pour préparer. Génial. Super, super. Alors, ça c'était pas nécessaire, mais ok. Nick, j'étais en train de recharger. Ah, ça bloque le rayon, non? Ils sont où les ennemis? Ah, il y en a un là-bas. Il y en a un là. Putain. Oula. Bonjour. Fuck you. Au secours. Mais ça met 8 ans à recharger en fait ce truc. Heureusement qu'elle s'est pas visée et qu'elle touche pas l'hélico. Hein. Il y a des grenades là. Let's go. On se casse là? Merde. Allez, salut.
You better put an end to this.
Just get me to Weaver, Sheriff.
You're taking a big chance on a local crazy lady, Al. I hope you're right about her, or we can kiss this town goodbye.
Like this.
Right, the city's a war zone. King Kong, mutant alligators, and Alex Casey shoots the place up every weekend. Look, I never even carried a gun until a couple of days ago.
Well, my dad used to be a cop there. Tells some pretty wild stories.
Stuff like this?
No, just normal bad stuff. Kinda like your books, Wake. I used to tease Dad that he was just like Alex Casey.
You've read me.
Oh, sure. You're a pretty good writer. A little heavy on the metaphors, maybe.
Nobody's ever said that before.
We're coming up on the power plant. See the lit building over there? And that's the dam further up the river. I can't land here. I'll take her down the road across the river.
Just get me there, Sheriff.
Alors, est-ce qu'on a perdu toutes nos armes au passage? Pas loin. On a juste une lampe torche, c'est génial. Vraiment quel plaisir, hein. Je passe mon temps à ramasser tout ce que je trouve et j'arrête pas de tout perdre. Ok, bon. Alors, logiquement, la centrale est full pleine d'électricité, pleine de lumière. Donc normalement, on devrait pas trop se faire emmerder. Sauf que évidemment, rien ne se passe jamais comme prévu.
I had to do something about the chain for the door to open.
Oui, mais ça va, je fouille. J'aime bien parce qu'il dit... Quoi? Mais putain, mais on peut pas esquiver les charges. Génial. Genre, le plot hole principal de plein d'œuvres, à savoir, tu prends des personnages qui ont aucun background militaire ni rien. Du jour au lendemain, ils se retrouvent à tirer avec plein d'armes à feu et sans aucun problème. Et normalement, ils en parlent pas parce que c'est un plot hole justement. Mais là, ils en parlent en mode ouais, bah c'est un plot hole aux F. J'ai jamais tenu d'arme de ma vie jusqu'à il y a une semaine. Pas de problème. Putain, mais là, du coup, non seulement j'ai plus d'armes, mais en plus, il y a plus personne avec moi. C'est un peu relou. Ah, ça va être la merde encore là.
And here's a new song from a band that they always remind me of our local rock legends, the Old Gods. I couldn't tell you why. I guess it's just, yeah, one of those things. Anyway, here's Poets of the Fall and their latest single, War.
Bon, à chaque fois je suis un peu limite, mais ça passe. Tant mieux. Ah, on arrive. Oh non, il y a un truc à traverser. Il n'y a pas de téléphérique, non? Bah non, c'est pas fait pour. Peut-être un bateau, je sais pas quoi. J'arrête de suivre ça parce que certes ça me donne des trucs mais souvent ça active un combat derrière. Et j'aimerais autant éviter les combats en fait. Bon, ça se ferme derrière moi. Bonjour. Au revoir. Ça me rappelle... Ça me rappelle un jeu que je ne nommerai pas pour ne pas faire de la pub à leur studio. Je sais pas si on peut passer genre en esquivant. Non. D'ailleurs c'est assez... Ah si, en fait ça me rappelle Heavy Rain. C'est assez satisfaisant de lire le compte-rendu du procès Quantic Dream qui a attaqué Le Monde et Mediapart en diffamation là. Il se retrouve à un procès avec Cage et Fondomir qui se chient dessus en live. C'est assez savoureux de les voir redescendre un peu. J'aurais presque aimé y aller. Je me doutais qu'il y en avait un pas loin. Au secours. Oh, d'accord. Ah merde, j'avais une grenade et pas une... Et pas une fusée éclairante.
Making her way through the water pipe alone, Cynthia was angry at the writer. Foolish young man, taking unnecessary risks. And the way he broke the rules. Didn't he understand what was at stake? Since the terrible days in the 70s, she hadn't wavered once, as hard as it had been. She was tired of protecting the town all these long years, and now only wanted to rest. The story I had written in the cabin had come true. Touched by the dark presence, I had written a horror story, but the end was still missing. The story was incomplete, and the last unfinished page of the manuscript still sat in the typewriter in the cabin study. If I could get back there, if I could read the page, then I could write my own ending to this story and save Alice.
Ah, mais le chalet, il a pas complètement disparu là? construit un jerrycan qui flotte. Ah, faut que je fasse pivoter le pont pour pouvoir traverser. J'ai appuyé sur toutes les touches en même temps. Bon, je sens qu'il va y avoir des corbeaux. C'est quoi, je vais attendre ici que ça se tourne. Tranquille. Ah merde. Je pensais que ça allait s'arrêter. Ok, je vois. Ah, j'aurais peut-être pas dû attendre si longtemps. Fuck. Je vais jamais pouvoir le traverser en une fois. J'avais call les pigeons. Je sais plus du tout où j'en suis. C'est là-bas qu'il faut aller ? Ouais, je crois que c'est là. Bon, pas mal. Nice.
Are we men dreaming of being butterflies, or butterflies that dream of being men? Such philosophical concerns are by necessity abstract. And yet, some of us can find concrete proof of the nature of our existence in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, an absence of creativity.
Le pont qui s'arrête pas derrière.
Hello, Martha. What did you want to show me? Oh, Lydia. Thank God you're here. Please, it's in the basement. Oh, Martha. Oh, that's amazing. Isn't it just? I found it here this morning. It's like it isn't there, but oh, I can't look straight at it.
Yes, I'm sorry.
How did you get here?
Well, I'm trying to work.
Did you put this thing here?
In a way. To be more precise, I put everything here but that.
Really? But what is it?
Oh, I guess the temptation is to call it a hole, but it's really an absence, a profound lack of reality.
In Martha's basement?
Yes, I was doing so well, too. I came up with 2 old ladies and put something really weird in the basement. It was a great start. But I'm completely blocked now. I can't imagine what I was up to.
Well, surely it's just an ordinary basement.
Is it? Why did you call your friend here, then?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, well.
Couldn't you just ignore it?
Oh, no, I couldn't do that. It would probably turn into a plot hole. Might be one already. Could sink the whole enterprise.
Oh, my.
Listen, ladies, not to be rude, but I'm really not at all sure where I'm going with this, and you're just not helping. You should just go back upstairs for a cup of coffee while I try to figure out what I'm up to.
Well, if you think that's best.
Maybe I should just stop here. Or is that too moronic?
Is that too moronic? Indeed. Who can tell? It's a fine line between the stupid and the sublime. Night Springs.
En vrai, c'est cool comme idée de nouvelle. Genre une nouvelle qui casse un peu le 4e mur. Genre ça commence à la 3e personne. Ouais. Wesh. Non mais descends me prendre. JPEP. Ouais, une nouvelle qui commence à la 3e personne. Et puis ouais, il y a un événement chelou comme ça. Et au bout d'un moment, t'as l'auteur qui commence à parler à la 1re personne et qui dit qu'il est plus inspiré. Je crois que ma manette vient de se débrancher. Non, c'est bon. Et du coup, l'histoire, elle s'abandonne. Enfin, genre, l'auteur a plus d'inspiration, donc il dit qu'il va abandonner l'histoire, comme ça arrive souvent. Ah, ils vont m'aider. Sauf que du coup, il en parle avec les personnages. Voilà. Mauvais bouton. Non. Ok, à toutes. Ils sont bien faits, gros. Je sais pas si c'est sa respiration à lui qu'on entend, ou si c'est la respiration de Thomas Zane. Vu qu'apparemment il est censé avoir un scaphandre ou je sais pas quoi autour de la tête. Yes, les drops qui reprennent. Non mais en fait j'ai pas le temps là. Non, laisse-moi tranquille. Je vais crever, je vais crever, je vais crever.
I recognized the logo on the power plant sign. I'd seen a version of it painted all over the area, signifying hidden caches of supplies.
Ah. J'ai pas du tout fait le lien, mais ok. Bon, on parie que dès que je vais arriver, la centrale va tomber en panne et il n'y aura plus de lumière.
Hold it right there! Miss Weaver! Cynthia! I'm a friend!
Prove it!
You knew Zane! Thomas Zane! You're the Lady of the Light in the song! You can help me!
About time! Young man, I've been waiting a very long time for you. It's in the well-lit room.
Excuse me?
What you need to drive the darkness back. The well-lit room is at the dam. I built the room to keep it safe.
Will it help me find Alice? Will it get me back to the cabin? Fine, let's go. I can get my friends to come back with the helicopter.
Oh, we won't go outside. Never at night. That's rule number 1. You've been breaking the rules, young man, and where has that gotten us, No, I have a secret route, a lit route, an old water pipe. Something was damaged at the transformer yard. It's draining all the reserve power. Without it, the pipe will go dark. The power to the yard must be cut.
Let me guess. You want me to do it?
Young man, you're the one who likes to break the rules. I can't be outside in the dark. The kill switch is outside. I have been preparing for these times, the dark tides. You have found my caches, haven't you? You can see the signs. Very few people can. Yes, please, take what you need. This is all for you, for the likes of us. We do Tom's work, don't we? Hurry! The switch is on the wall facing the shore. I cannot take you to the well-lit room if the lights in the pipe go out. You must go outside to use the emergency switch. Dark. Light.
T'as pas intérêt à être hypersensible à la lumière. Sinon t'es dans la merde. Elle m'a dit quoi le truc qui fait face à la rive? Ça doit être par là. Évidemment. Quoi? J'aime pas me faire sniper.
I was willing to do grunt work for her to get her to help me. I hoped Weaver was dependable. I'd stumbled into this crazy world a little over a week ago. She had been living this insanity for decades.
Le retour de la sirène. Oula, ça va être chiant.
That would cut the power to the transformer yard. Now I had to find a way to reach it.
Ça va être chiant.
If I could figure out the gates, I could use them to get to the kill switch.
Bon, c'était pas si chiant. Il manque la règle numéro 2. Très bien. Au secours. Mais putain.
Who designs these things?
Ok, donc là ça va être la merde. J'ai failli avancer dans le... Ah. C'est du timing?
The transformer yard went dark.
Super.
Weaver's water pipe passage should now be good to go.
Bah yes. Il est où? Je l'entends mais je le vois pas. Ah. Merde, mauvaise idée. Quoi? Il vise vraiment trop bien.
This way, young man. Follow me. Come, come. The pipe's empty now. We're ready to go. This way. We need to go. I knew them both, Tom and Barbara. I had such a crush on him. Such a beautiful man. I was jealous. There was a part of me that was maybe a little glad when she had the accident. And then Tom started writing and woke the darkness up. He tried to bring her back, but you can't do that. There are no free rides like that.
I'm starting to realize that.
In that case, young man, perhaps you're a smarter man than Tom was. The witch looked like her, but it wasn't. Barbara was sweet. He didn't understand until it was too late. He tried to undo it, wrote himself, her, everything. everything he'd ever written out of the world. Oh, he was so famous. And afterward, no one knew. Oh, Tom. He left only one thing behind in my care, in case it happened again. Insurance. He trusted me. Or perhaps used me a little. Tom knew how I felt. Knew I wouldn't refuse him. I built the well-lit room and put it there. It's been waiting for you. We are characters trapped in a story you have written, and none of us will survive to see the end of it if the darkness isn't stopped. She'll twist the story to her own dark ends.
How do you know all this?
Tom, that's the way he wrote it. He still talks to me, you know, in television, from beyond, from below. We have both been touched by the darkness, young man. He saved us both with light, but the darkness stays with you. Leaves a stain.
This pipe will take us directly to the well-lit room.
Okay, I need to call my friends, tell them where we're going.
Hello? Al!
Barry, we're headed to the dam in one of the pipes. Meet us there.
Okay, I'll tell Sarah.
It's Sarah now?
Whoa! No! For the sweet love of...
Barry! Barry! We gotta go see if they're okay.
They're probably dead. You must reach the well-lit room. This is no time to be a selfish idiot.
That's my best friend!
Well, be a fool. I'll use the pipe. I'll meet you at the dam if you make it.
At least I didn't have to worry about her. She knew how to stay safe.
On m'a pas laissé le choix. J'avais pas envie, moi. J'ai pépé.
Sarah was almost starting to relax. Maybe they could turn this into a win yet. Suddenly, there was a piercing sound, like a table saw gone wild, as 100 birds made out of shadows swarmed into the rotor. The chopper bucked wildly and the board lit up, telling her what she already knew. They were going down. Barry Wheeler screamed next to her.
Sheriff Baker! Sarah!
The crash site looked bad, but as far as I could tell, the wreck was empty.
Mais attends, mais le tuyau il permettait d'aller à la salle machin, mais il y a aussi un chemin par... Oui, en fait, la salle c'est dans le barrage, quoi. On aurait pu se retrouver là-bas direct.
Barry! Barry!
Oh! Get back! That guy's on the move!
Hang in there, I'm coming!
Back, you freaks! Like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
I have a different ending in mind.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
I knew you'd be all right.
How's that?
The flaming eye of Mordor?
Laugh it up, funny man. Didn't we have somewhere to go?
Weaver will meet us at the dam.
Most of your night running uphill while the crazy bunch of demon hicks try to take your head off with an axe. You know your helicopter crash landed in Night Springs. Woo! Oh man! Oh, but it's dangerous out here. Oh, I should have kept that gym membership.
You see those lights? That's the elevator we need to take.
You can't squeeze us on the mic.
What the hell is that thing? It's everywhere! Oh crap, there's more than one of them!
Nothing moves like that. It's impossible.
Ah! Al! Do something!
He's too fast. I can't get a shot.
There! No, there! Al, they're all over the place!
How many of them are there? Where'd that one go?
Ah, this can't be happening!
Wait, this is bad. This is really bad. Give me that.
Was that it? Are we safe?
That was... wow. I think we're okay.
Hey, Al, I got a bad feeling.
Let's keep our eyes open.
Oh, I'm never gonna get used to this.
J'ai pratiquement coupé le micro, mais c'est normal. C'est en souvenir
Wake, call the elevator.
des anciens jours où il fallait que je coupe mon micro toutes les 5 minutes.
Heads up! Here they come!
Oh no! Oh no!
They're coming! We have to hold them off!
I swear this is the slowest elevator in the world!
It's almost here, Wake. Just hold on! Keep shooting!
It's here! Ow! Let's go! Al, hit the button!
We're almost there. There's an entrance into the dam at the top. What's the plan, Wake?
Well, Weaver's crazy, but she's got something Zane left behind. Something to fix this.
Gee, could you be a little more vague?
Thomas Zane? Seriously? Might as well be Paul Bunyan or Bigfoot.
Yeah, well, he was real.
Let's be careful, okay?
Il est monté plus vite qu'il était descendu.
Oh, jeez, I hate this!
Okay, Wake. There's a button over there that opens the door. I think something's broken. Hold the button down so we can get in. Ow! Ow! Wait!
What's going on?
We can get to the dam through here. What's happening out there?
You guys go ahead and find Weaver. She should be in the dam now. I'll have to make it alone through the top.
Okay, Wake. Good luck. Don't get yourself killed.
Ow! Please, be careful!
I'll take good care of Barry, Wake. You just look after yourself.
You gotta be kidding me. Down, boy. Thomas Zane knew he had to remove all that had made this horror possible, including himself. That was the only way to banish the dark presence he had unleashed and now looked at him through the eyes of his dead love. But he also knew that despite his best efforts, it might someday return. So even as he wrote himself and his work out of existence, he added a loophole as insurance, an exception to the rule. Anything of his stored in a shoebox would remain.
or a job?
I was ridiculously outnumbered. The searchlight could even the odds.
Enough. You will go no further. Stop. Stop now. You made it. Well done. I'm glad I was wrong. But it was a foolish chance to take. Don't worry about the noise. We're safe here. I have looked after the well-lit room for many, many years now. There is no shadow in the well-lit room. The power is fail-safe, and all the bulbs are numbered and changed regularly based on their make and model.
Right.
There's an old army base at Raid Cove Point, north of here. It was active during the Second World War. They operated here back then. They must have built this.
Yes, they did. It's my place now. Take it, and I won't need to worry about the room anymore, because 6 and 33 and 118 need changing soon, and I don't want to climb up the ladder to change them because it's very late, and I'm tired. And if you take it, I won't have to do that anymore.
The page was autobiographical, a memory from my childhood. But I didn't write this. It was a page written by Thomas Zane. None of them were supposed to exist anymore.
Alan, 7 years old, would fight sleep to the bitter end. When he did sleep, he soon woke up, screaming, the nightmares fresh in his mind. One evening, his mother, sitting by his bed, offered him an old light switch. She called it the clicker, and flicking the switch would turn on a magical light that would drive the beast away. To imbue the talisman with all possible power, she added that it had been given to her by Alan's father. Alan never knew him, and anything of his took on mythical proportions in his mind. With the clicker firmly in his hand, Alan finally slept like a baby. Now, almost 30 years later, Alan thought of this as he stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, the clicker in his hand. He took a deep breath and jumped.
My mind swirled. I'd given the clicker to Alice, yet it was here. Zane had written it into existence, in a story I had written. I can get to her now. I can finish this.
Nice. Bon. Bah logiquement le prochain épisode ça doit être le dernier je pense.
The harbingers of war with their nature revealed and our chances flowing by.
Bon, je suis toujours, toujours en panique pendant les combats mais ça se finit plus ou moins bien à chaque fois donc tant mieux. C'est que le mode facile est bien calibré. On n'a pas déjà entendu cette musique là? Ça me dit quelque chose. Bon allez la flamme. Non non non. Mais alors du coup manuscrit j'en ai raté ou pas? Enfin j'en ai sûrement raté mais ah pas tant que ça. J'en ai raté une. Sachant que ça c'est que en difficulté max. Nice. Bon et ben du coup prochaine fois je ferai le dernier épisode. Je ferai aussi les 2 DLC, je crois que je les ai jamais fait pour le coup. Donc je sais pas combien de temps ils durent. Mais ouais, prochaine fois sûr, je finis le jeu et puis je verrai si je fais 1 ou 2 DLC suivant s'ils sont intéressants ou non. Et puis voilà, je sais pas si je ferai American Nightmare. Parce que j'en ai pas entendu des bons retours. Je sais pas si c'est une suite ou si c'est un spin-off ou un truc bizarre. Mais bon, je verrai d'ici là.